Hey guys, it's Z for Out of This Binary, and today we're talking about dysphoria. So, dysphoria really sucks. And it can be, for some people, it's like an aggravation, like in the back of their lives, I guess. And for some people, it can be life-threatening. And then there's everything in between. Some people don't have dysphoria. But there seems to be, like, I've encountered people who think that non-binary people don't have dysphoria, but that's not true. I've encountered people who think that non-binary people are less likely to have dysphoria, and I don't know if that's true or not. I guess, like, from, like, listening to people talk about their dysphoria, I haven't noticed that there are less non-binary people talking about it, but, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I really don't know. I myself do have dysphoria, and it can really vary. Some days I don't have dysphoria at all, and some days it's so bad that, like, I cry, or I, like, refuse to take a shower or leave the house. But usually it's somewhere in between those two extremes. Unfortunately, a lot of the ways I deal with other emotional distress do not work for my dealing with my dysphoria. Like, things that I like to do when I'm upset in, a normal way are, like, lose myself in reading or doing some sort of, like, craft project, or, like, hang out with friends, spend time around animals or plants. And most of these do not work for dysphoria. The only coping mechanism that I have that I really use well and works for dysphoria is listening to music. I don't know why, but that's the thing that really helps me. Another thing that I've been doing lately is, there in the bathrooms in my college, in my dorm, there are a row of showers where if you draw the curtain, the shower part of the stall gets kind of dark because the lamp isn't right above the shower part, it's above the, like, changing room part, if that makes sense. So it's kind of dark, so I usually, like, I almost always shower in one of those showers, so it's darker and I feel better. What else? Oh, right. So, this summer, I was working at a restaurant, and it was a pretty, like, we didn't have a uniform, but it was a pretty nice restaurant, so we had to dress, like, business casual? No, it was more casual than business casual, but we had to dress, like, nice in kind of formal clothes. And in the spring, what I wore usually was a huge men's button-up shirt and these black pants that I have. But in the summer, it was way too hot for that, because where I lived, it got really hot in the summer, and also I was a hostess, so I had to work part of the time outside. So I was like, okay, it's not a big deal. I'll just wear, like, short sleeve shirts and skirts. And you know, usually I don't have a problem with skirts. But I have, like, the fact that I had to wear I mean, I didn't have to, like, it wasn't in the dress code, but I was sort of making myself wear skirts even on days where, like, I did not want to wear a skirt. I wanted to wear shorts, like, you know, I would during the summer if I didn't have to work. Basically, that plus the fact that I could not find short-sleeved formal shirts that weren't really feminine. So, like, wearing that day after day, it kind of, like, increased my dysphoria. And it doesn't really make sense because, like, I will, like, wear skirts on my own. Like, I like skirts, you know? But, and there were some days that it was fine, but a lot of other days, it was not fine, and I felt horrible. And, you know, another thing that might have contributed to this is that my coworkers didn't know. And before I started my job, I had spent a lot of time not in school. I took classes online. So the only people I spent a lot of time with was either my mother or my friends, and they all knew I was non-binary. So I guess I had no problem, like, wearing skirts and feminine clothes in front of them, because they knew. But I knew that, like, people would just, like, my coworkers just saw me as a girl. And I guess that, combined with the fact that I felt like I had to wear these feminine clothes, really increased my dysphoria. And some days I did not go to work because of it, which became a problem. And I seriously considered just buying some new pants because my old pants didn't fit me, and wearing my button-up shirts and just dealing with being hot, like maybe that would make it better. But then, you know, while I was considering that, after that I stopped working, so it wasn't a problem anymore. So, like, during the summer, like, I did have some problems with dysphoria really affected my life. And then I started college this fall, and I also felt dysphoria, and it was hard again because I was meeting a bunch of new people who did not know that I was non-binary, and I didn't know how to tell them or when to tell them. And also the fact that I asked for the certain dorm that was being rebuilt, and so it was a new dorm, and I asked for it because it's basically the best dorm on campus. It has, like, the best location, but what I did not know is that it was going to be an all-girls dorm. I thought it was going to be co-ed, like all the other dorms are. But no, I found out, like, a week or two before I started school that it's actually an all-girls. So that sort of caused me dysphoria. Like, I was like, afraid to tell people, I was afraid to tell people that I lived in that dorm because I thought that I felt like that cemented the idea in their mind that I was a girl, which logically doesn't really make any sense because most people just, like, not most people, everybody just assumes I'm a girl when they see me because of the way I look. So, like, it's not like they didn't think I was a girl before, but I felt like it gave me, I was giving them a reason to think that I was a girl other than my body. Like, something I was doing gave them reason to think I was a girl. So that, like, I sort of angsted over that, and I angsted over which bathroom to use, because there is a unisex bathroom in my dorm, but it is literally all the way on the other end of the hall, and like it's like walking a block, and I did not want to. I just, like, it was just inconvenient for multiple reasons. So I was like, oh, I can just use the women's, which is really close, but I don't want to. I didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable. I'm getting on a tangent that's not about dysphoria. I think I mentioned this all in my bathrooms video, so if you want to go back and check that out, you can hear about that. Yeah, so those things caused me dysphoria, and so it was a problem in the beginning of the year too. But then I made some friends whom I came out to, and like, I also came out to people in the LGBT center, and people, like my friends, started actually using my pronouns. Like, there are 3 girls that I hang out with right now most of the time. Like, they're the people I hang out with the most, and they all use my pronouns. And there are a few other people that I've hung out with too, but they haven't really had the opportunity to use my pronouns because we haven't been hanging out in a group. But I think, like, this past, like, month, my dysphoria has been pretty low, and I think it's because of that. So if you have, like, bad dysphoria and you feel like it will never get better, knowing that, like, maybe knowing that people use your pronouns will make it better. Yeah. It's kind of hard because, like, we can't really pass as non-binary. So, like, maybe a binary trans person would, they might, like, be going around and, like, saying, I wonder if that person, like, sees me as the gender that I am. But for non-binary people, you, like, look around you and you know that, like, a vast majority of people don't see you as the gender that you are because they don't have any idea what your gender is. Like, they have no conception of it. So I feel like that can be a source of dysphoria too, that is, like, more applicable to non-binary people, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, so if you have dysphoria and you have, like ways of dealing with it, please do comment below, and we can share our ideas. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm done. So, bye.